beat it can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. 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 I'm so caught in this, but so lost. These feelings can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall.
I'm just enough to make you smile, and you need me to hold you close, and all your fears that you dream of will disappear and flutter on. Whoa, hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground is where we'll stand. Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand. Hold on, stop. Hold on, stop. Just look on, and I'll look down, and all your fears around the ground. Then you said, all I ever wanted was to love like this. All I ever needed was to feel like something more than a closed door flat on the floor. I can offer so much more. All I ever wanted was to feel at ease. All I ever needed was to get up off my feet. 'Cause I believe in love. Hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground is where we'll stand. Let
Esports is your home for esports. My name is Olympus, and tonight I have the pleasure, nay, the honor of bringing you the WLE10K pre-tournament show. Tonight I will be joined by my three co-hosts. It's not going to be a solo show, so you'll see less of my ugly face and more of Justin, William, and Sunset. I am super excited to get into this. And yes, you heard me right. WLE10K. 10,000 big ones. 10,000 Rand is on the line for this tournament. And let me tell you how it's going to be broken up. So first place will be cutting themselves a check of 5,000 Rand. First runners up will walk away with 3,000. And third place, well, they'll be getting 2,000 Rand. That is a tempting prize pool if I ever had one. And if I were any good, I would have signed up myself. But I am relegated to casting as I cannot aim for anything. Well, the WLE10K tournament is going to be held over the course of 4 weekends. Of course, that may change in the future depending on extenuating circumstances, be they load shedding, God forbid. But over the 4 weekends, I believe the schedule is now up on stream. They will be played over the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday days, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Fridays, Saturdays, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., Sundays, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. South African time. Now, the WLE10K is going to be a double elimination tournament. That means, for those of you who may not be aware, that once you lose one match, that's not it for you. You still have the chance to write out your redemption story to come back and win. So there is going to be an upper bracket and a lower bracket. And we have for this tournament 15 teams, which we will be getting into very shortly. And the pools will be divided into the teams will be divided into 4 pools. So Pool A, Pool B, Pool C, and Pool D. Each pool having 4 teams for 6 games per pool, and that makes, if my math is correct, a total of 26 games per pool. The pool stages will be held this coming weekend, so make sure to stick around. Make sure to tune in then for a lot of exciting Siege action that will be coming then, and we cannot wait to get into it. So, right before we get into the business of tonight's show, which is going to be the pool draws, we have a little bit of a discussion to be had tonight. And I guess we can start with Justin. Aside from the 10,000 Rand prize pool, we have more exciting stuff to give away.
Yes, that is true. We will be doing giveaways every single weekend for the duration of the tournament. You guys can go and check us out on our Twitter page, where it will be all announced as time comes. But that is World League Esports, but World League ESP on Twitter.
Right, that is very exciting indeed. We have a lot of exciting gifts that we'll be giving away. So make sure to watch our streams, make sure to follow us on our Twitter, and you might stand the chance to win something very, very nice. So for this tournament, well, we have deviated a little bit from, I guess, the rest of the competitive scene in that we have theme park.
Yes, indeed. We have theme park in this tournament instead of chalet to just give it a good send off one last time to see how teams compete on this map and how it will play in this tournament, and just give it a good goodbye for the last time before it does get replaced in the next coming up tournaments.
Right, indeed. And talking about upcoming tournaments, there will be bigger, there will be better tournaments coming your ways, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure to stick around with us where we are your home for esports. Now, moving on to the next little segment we have. Year 6 is going to be a big year in Rainbow Six Siege, and that's going to be a big year for us as well as World League Esports. So why don't I bring in William and we can talk about some of the changes that are going to be coming in the next update, which Year 6, I believe, launches tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's I can't wait, Olympus. And some of the changes, I'm in love with one of them, and I'm not such a fan with the other. So the first change is they've reconfigured how the droning works in the new season. So as an attacker or defender, when you die during a round, you'll be able to still get onto your drone or camera and operate it as normal. So as an attacker, you can still drive your drone around. As a defender, say if you're Mozzie, you can still drive whatever capture drone you have. So I think that's going to shake up the meta a bit, especially for IGLs. And like if they die during a round, they can still operate the drone and do whatever they need to do to give their teammates information and whatever. Because we all know in Siege, information is key. Now, the other thing that I'm a big fan of is the Gun 6, which is the gadget that some attackers are getting, which is a one-shot sort of gun launcher thing, and it's an explosive, so you can get rid of utility. And that for me is what I'm a big fan of, because it's gonna change up the meta quite a bit, because you have to make a big decision. Either bring the gun 6, which is one bullet, to sacrifice a secondary weapon. So a lot of decisions are going to have to be made during gameplay.
Indeed, it's going to revolutionize, excuse me, that's a tongue twister and a half, how we change this game. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. As a former IGL myself, I think the ability to drive drones when you're dead is going to be, like you say, it's going to be influential. But of course, it could be a double-edged sword. We'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Sunset, you're my other co-host. We've not talked. How are you doing?
Not too bad on yourself.
That's great to hear. Going into year 6, what do you think is going to be the biggest change that's going to affect the competitive scene?
Definitely the replay feature. The replay feature is going to be a massive change for all competitive players and mainly the coaches, because VODs are going to be accessed by all now, and it's going to be really a massive influence on how strats are going to be played and how future tournaments are going to be played. It's going to be really influential for the scene and just globally, not just South Africa.
I definitely agree. It's going to bring a lot more opportunity to not only the competitive scene, but also content creators, for example, and analysts on YouTube who are going to be able to have free reign to view the match from any of the 11 different perspectives that are going to be available. So it's definitely going to be something huge. Personally, I'm very excited about Flores, who's the new operator, and um, any of the Black Ops 2 veterans will remember the RCXD from that game. It was a little bit annoying, but its implementation in Siege is going to be very interesting. It's a little drone vehicle that has an explosive payload. You can only drive it forward, and you can wreak havoc as you see fit. And I think this is in line with all the other changes that Ubisoft has been making, just trying to buff the attackers a little bit, give them a little bit more support, as they have been on the back foot the last couple of seasons. Now, talking about operators, let's switch over to Justin. Tell us about how Aruni and Tachanka are going to affect the new meta.
So Aruni and Chichanka, sorry, my bad. If you guys don't know that Chichanka has got a rework and he will be able to be played, same with Aruni this season in this tournament. So Chichanka now does not have a deployable LMG anymore. He won't be stable. He will be more mobile, as his LMG is now his primary weapon. And he does come equipped with a new secondary gadget, the grenade launcher, which does have fiery explosives, which can really delay the attackers for as long as possible if he chooses to use it in a very good way. We'll have to see how teams choose to play that operator. And Aruni, she does bring with her laser gates, which is also a lot of delay. So it looks like this season is being really buffed for the defenders, especially with their delay, the amount of delay that they do have. Paired up, Chachanka, Aruni, Malusi can really just wreak havoc on for the attackers, as they have to push through all of that. Especially Aruni's laser gates, you can take damage if you go through it, or if you throw some of your util through it, you can then get rid of it. But it does take a couple of seconds. So if it comes down to those last dying moments in the game where you need to push through, and there's an Aruni laser gate just sitting in front of you, you don't have any util, well, you either have to take the damage or you lose time, and then you can't really, push through. So we'll have to see, though, how it really does make an impact, or how teams choose to play it. But it is definitely going to change up the meta and change the way that strats are used in this upcoming tournament.
We're on the same page, Justin. And in the beginning, there were concerns about how overpowered Tachanka would be, not necessarily on his own, but in combination with Smoke. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree. I agree with you completely. As Smoke and Chachanka both, they are very good delaying operators now. But we'll have to see how it does play out, because smoke grenades and then those fiery grenades coming out from Chachanka are going to really put an impact on the way attackers try to push through, especially when it comes down to those last couple seconds in the round where you have to push through a doorway, or if the breach is not open. Chachanka smoke grenades coming through, it's just going to be delayed throughout the entire matchup, especially Smoke having 3 canisters, and I believe Chachanka still having 10 of those incendiary grenades of his. So it's going to be hellfire for the defenders to really just put pressure on those attackers.
I think Hellfire is a perfect way to describe what that combination is going to be like. Moving on. Enough teasing, enough talking, enough analysis. What you ladies and gentlemen have been waiting for, well, here it is, the pool draws. So this is how it's going to work. We all have the names of the teams written down on papers and in hats. And what we're going to do to maximize randomness is each of us is going to pick a paper and then show it to the screen. And then we're going to pick our pools: pool A, the first team; pool B, the first team; pool C, the first team, and so on and so forth. So I am ready. Justin, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Can't get
William, are you ready?
Oh yes, I'm ready to get
Sunset,
started.
are you ready?
Me and my big ass crate are very ready.
Well, let's get right into it. So here we have the names of the teams. Some of these teams are fan favorites. Some of these teams are veterans. Some of them are new entrants. So it's going to be a very exciting tournament. And let's go. The first team is going to be Dark. Get that in focus. Yeah, there we go. Dark Esports is going to be the first team in Pool A. Justin, take it away for Pool B.
So, well, I pulled 2 here. I'll just take that one. Second or first team for Pool B will be Run Shark White.
Speaking of pulling two, I need to remind the people that some teams will be pulled out twice. And when that happens and that team was chosen for a previous group, obviously that will be cancelled and we'll have to choose again. So just so everybody knows. And I'll be picking for Pool C, and here we go.
That is a massive wine glass if I ever saw one.
I was hoping you'd say whiskey, but hey. We have, Run Shark Blue.
All right, so the other Run Shark team is in Pool C. I do hope they get to compete against each other. Let's go to Pool D. Sunset, what do you have for us?
All right. So we have in this pool
Drum roll.
80K.
80K goes to Pool D. Okay, it goes back to me. And the second team in Pool A is going to be, let's see here, War X. War X is, where is the focal point of this camera? Oh, there we go.
There you can see.
War X is going to be the second team in Pool A.
So the second team for Pool B will be, if I just get a good shake here, pick a random one. This one. It is Vanguard Gaming. That is the second team for Pool B.
Oh. And now back to Pool C. Let's give it a little shake. It's not wine, so it's one spill. And who do we have? Regicide on Pool C. Second team on Pool C.
All right.
All right. Pool D, second team in Pool D is going to be DNMK.
DNMK. So already that pool is looking like it's going to be
An
the
interesting
pool
pool.
to watch. We have 80K, we have DNMK as well.
That's going to be war in that group.
For sure, for sure. We go to third team, Pool A. Yebo, if you can read that. Yebo Esports will be our third team in Pool A.
The third team for Pool B will be, pick this one over here, the Coppers. So a new team.
Huh. Oh, this is interesting. Not a single team has been drawn twice so far.
I'm
So
scared.
I feel like it's gonna happen on this part. Watch. I've cursed it.
All right, 80K, here we go.
I hope not. So third team is DMNK. I knew it was gonna happen. So that gets cancelled off, obviously, because it's already been drawn. I need to draw again. Third team. Oh, this is not happening. The coppers.
No
Which
way.
has been drawn.
No
No,
way.
because
never
most
thought it
teams
out.
have
Now
already
you're
been
gonna pick
drawn.
every single team that was picked already.
What if it means cancelling all the double draws out? I don't mind.
Let me search for the teams that are already picked.
That's cheating, Sunset.
Okay, give me a new team now. I don't want to draw double. Yebo Gaming.
No way.
Nice.
William will be stuck on you the rest of the show.
This is my show now. This is how I.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
Okay, I'm gonna shake it up as much as possible. Thanks. All right.
Come on, OG.
Well, just somebody different for one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Tribe Simba on Pool C. So
Alright.
that's the third team on Pool C. Finally, after about how many times?
Okay. Pool D. Vibin.
My goodness, Pool D is going to be what?
Pool
It's
D
gonna
is
be
shaping up to be a
fireworks.
pool. A very, very deep pool, dare I say.
Gonna be fireworks. Let's see what we have for the last team in Pool A. Right, so this is 80k. Already been drawn. Draw
Hey, so I'm
again.
not the only one.
I mean, it's bound to happen, right? Because we've drawn most of the pools, most of the teams. I mean, Tribe Simba. It's backwards on your end. It's this. The coppers. Oh my gosh.
Here we
More
go. Your
repeats.
turn now.
More repeats.
Just duplicates of this, like
Hashtag
Siege Alpha Packs.
Ah, finally, the berserkers.
The pool A.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pool A is complete.
Okay, so Pool B, the fourth team for Pool B, the final team for Pool B. Hopefully, I do not get a duplicate as well.
Well,
It-
all you have is duplicates at this point.
Yeah.
Will be Omnis Gaming.
Oh,
Oh,
how?
Let's go.
really?
How's he gone under that then? Sunset is true.
Oh, now I'm left again with all the duplicates. And here we go. So the final team on Pool C.
This is the final team.
Yes.
There's no more teams after this.
Oh. Oh, I haven't been counting.
Exile
Wait,
Vision.
what did I pick? It would have been dark.
Final team.
Yep.
All the pools have been drawn.
All right, great.
we-
We are done with the pools. And if I can get a quick confirmation from my producer, they are on screen now. Awesome. So, wow, this tournament is going to be interesting. Let's take a look at Pool A. We have Dark, War X, Yebo, and Berserkers. Going to Pool B, we have Ranshak White, Vanguard Gaming, The Coppers, and Omnius Gaming. Pool C has Ranshak Blue, Regicide, Tribe Simba, and Exile Vision. And then in Pool D, we have the three, let's call them giants, 80K, DNMK, and Vibin. Let's start there. Let's talk about these pool draws. Let's start with Pool D. Sunset, since you're the one who was drawing them, what are your thoughts
I'm sorry.
on how this
Um,
pool is gonna play out?
All right. So judging by previous tournaments, 80k is going to win the pool. And then it's between Vibin and DNMK. DNMK didn't have the best showing last time, and neither did Vibin really. So I do hope that that has changed, and I do hope that both those teams have put in work, and we're going to be seeing a bloodbath in that pool. Because correct me if I'm wrong, only two of those teams are going through. There's only one person that is going out in that pool. Yeah. So if I'm going to be brutally honest, I think 80k and DNMK are going to go through in that pool.
Right. I don't really know what to say except that I'm excited to see how that pool plays out. Justin, look at the pools. Who do you think will have a really tough time in their pool?
In which pool? Sorry, in pool
Um,
D or pool B? My pool.
let's talk about Pool C. Why not? Let's
Pool
talk
C.
about Pool C.
Okay, so Pool C was obviously Runshock Blue, Regicide, Simba, and Vision. So it's a very interesting pool. Nonetheless, I think the big giant in there is obviously Regicide. Obviously, most people know Regicide as well, one of the big teams in SA. So think for Pool C, Regicide come up on top, and then it's really just a bloodbath between the other three teams. Not really sure who will come up on top. Haven't not seen a lot of them play. I know quite a few of the players, but if I'm being honest, maybe it might either be Runshock Blue or Vision to take the second place spot, which I think is pretty fair. They have the most experience. I'm not sure about Team Simba, obviously being a new roster and all. So it's going to be an interesting pool nonetheless, but I believe those will be the proper outcomes.
Interesting insights there. And um, let's look at Pool B, because we have the Coppers in Pool B. And William, are you rooting for the Coppers?
Well, I don't know. I love an underdog story, but I don't know the team at all. And I don't just judging by the name, they could be misleading us. You never know. So I hope they add a little bit of chaos in the mix, because obviously they have to deal with Runshock White, Vanguard Gaming, and Omnius. So that's another tall order to ask for. But I don't know. Some may surprise us. We'll see. But my prediction, to be honest, I'm looking at VG and OG to be on the top spot, and then it'll be out for the Coppers and Runshock to fight it out. See if they can knock one of those two out of the spot.
I'm unsure as to the nature of the Coppers as well. They do have a very interesting name, as you said. But one thing we can be sure of is all the IGLs, all the captains, all the coaches of these teams are watching right now. They're looking at their pools. And I think this is something that we don't talk about enough. Strategy in this tournament, it's already started. It started now. And each team is looking at whether they want to. Obviously, each team wants to win the tournament, but some teams may have an easier path to victory through losing the first round. Who knows? And going to the losers bracket, where maybe they might face an easier task there. While we're at it, let's take a quick poll. Let's start with Sunset. Who are you rooting for in this tournament? I know you might be biased towards the Runshark boys, but let's hear it. Who do you think is going to take this?
All right. So judging by the pools, ATK and DNMK aren't going to see each other again after group stages, and Regicide is going to have to. Obviously, taking that Regicide does win their pool. If ATK and Regicide win their pool, that's going to be a bloodbath, because that's one of the biggest teams going out in that game. But it is, if you lose, you're not out yet, so it'll be a lower run bracket for one of those teams. So let's say it's a dice roll between these two teams. It's whoever shows up on the day. Let's say, but ATK has shown to be more consistent, so I'm going to go with ATK wins that over there. And I feel like ATK will stick to the finals, and they'll go all the way there. And honestly, I think that Regicide have what it takes to go through lower bracket and meet ATK back in the finals.
Okay.
And I think that over there, it's anyone's game.
Right, so Sunset is going with 80K. That's one for them. Justin, who do you think is gonna take this? Who are you backing? If you are a gambling man, who would you put your money on?
Well, there's a lot of very diverse teams here and very big titans of teams in these pools. As obviously most people have seen that Pool D, I believe, is the most difficult, because obviously being 3 spots and having 3 of the top tier teams in them, it's going to be a bloodbath there. But the rest of the teams, I believe it's not really that. Pool A, in my opinion, is going to be a bit more to the not really easier side, but more, how can I put it, more softer side if it comes to like a bloodbath or something like that. Whereas Pool B, C, and D are really just going to have a showing from those top teams that just really performed and that have that history with each other, and that built up synergy. But if I have to pick a team, I think I'm going to go with DNMK to take it, go through to their groups, and then from there take it to the finals.
All right. Let's circle back to William. And who do you think is going to take this, and what do you think their path to success is going to look like?
My mind is busy jumping around back and forth between either Dark Esports or Vibin. Mainly Dark because I don't know them at all. So I'm kind of hoping that they, like, I don't know, they shake the meta up and bring something new, and it's a surprise, and like we don't know at all. But what I'm truly backing for would be Vibin. I think Vibin may take this tournament. So, and the path for success, I don't know, it's just do something very different. Um, I guess a couple of teams know each other around here. Most people know all the other teams, and I, it's just a matter of either bringing something new to the game and something that people haven't seen. Because now that there's more content in Siege, some of the people know each other more. Some of the people know other people's playstyles and other teams' playstyles. So it's just about bringing something new and tripping up the other teams. And that's why I kind of have a little bit of a sting for Dark Esports, because a team that you don't know, how are you going to counter a strat that you don't know, really? So we'll see how that turns out. And everybody's just back in the team in Pool D. So
Rivalry.
Well, I will be the exception to that rule because personally, I think I'm going to go with Tribe Simba for two reasons. One, I'm close friends with the one of the organizers, one of the support staff on that team. His name is Moje. If he's watching, hello. The other reason is Tribe Simba is now constituted of what was the former EXO Bravo squad. So we've got Moss, Azza, Merlin, JJ Meister, Ledo. These are standout players in their own rights, and they have shown us to be really amazing at this game. So I think that they do stand a chance. And given that they are going to be going against Regicide and Exile Vision, I think if there was a pool of death, that pool C would be it. But I think Tribe Simba stand a good chance. They are a new roster. So that might also be working against them. But like you said, a lot of these players know each other. They've been playing for a long time. It's just the team name, the organization name that changes. And I want to, as we wrap up, I want to touch on that dark factor that you're talking about, William. I think that, like we said in the beginning, there are a lot of new teams here. There are a lot of new faces, the same way there are a lot of familiar ones. And that inability to predict what your enemy is going to bring to the table is going to throw teams off a little bit. That little X factor, that little what do they play, what maps do they ban, what operators are they good at, like the Coppers, Exile Vision, Dark, Berserkers. These are all teams that we haven't really seen a lot of. So if there's one thing that we're sure of, it's that there's going to be a lot of exciting Siege action, and we're going to be bringing it all for you live. We're done with the pool draws, and we draw ourselves to the conclusion of this show as well. We just need to mention that the full schedule for the tournament will be available latest Tuesday, and that way at least it will allow the tournament organizer as well as the teams and the players to ask for a reschedule of their match if they're not available, and so on and so forth, to reduce timetable conflicts. So Tuesday, look out for the full and complete schedule for the tournament. It will be on Twitter, World League ESP. Additionally, the rule book is available on our Discord, so just speak to the admin and you will get a full copy of all the rules, all the do's and don'ts. And while we're on the topic of don'ts, do not equip any Ember Rise skins. If you do, you get disqualified. The skins are
What Ash
atrocious. they are not allowed. So the only skins we allow are the default skins, the team skins, say the G2 skin or the Rogue skin, etc., etc., and the Pro League skins, so the golden sets. And other than that, thank you, gentlemen, for what has been a very, very good start to the WLE10K. Thank you so much for your time, the viewers at home watching us. We are so, so excited. The best of luck to all the teams that are participating, and we'll see you all on Friday, 5 p.m.
If Minted's still here, I think you're cute.